Hey everybody, Sean here, and welcome to Revealing Truth. You must be curious about the title. Well, only those in the hypercharismatic movement would believe what we're about to see is actually tongues. The person we're speaking of today is Agnes Osman, and many charismatics believe she was the first American to speak in tongues at Charles Parham's Bible School. This happened on January 1st, 1901, and is known as the birth of modern Pentecostalism. But unfortunately, this is a total mess. And there's lots you can read about false teacher Charles Parham online as well. So, anyhow, Parham lays his hands on her and prayed. And after 36 sentences, glory fell upon her, and a halo seemed to surround her head and face. And she began speaking the Chinese language and was unable to speak English for 3 days. But unfortunately, we're not going to hear how many Chinese people heard the gospel in their own language and got saved. Instead, we read that when she tried to write in English to tell us of her experience, she wrote the Chinese, copies of which they still have in newspapers printed at that time. So let's take a look at this Chinese writing in tongues. And there we have it, folks. Chinese writing of tongues. Yep, this is what some people in the New Apostolic Reformation actually accept as God-given tongues. I work in Asia and have many Chinese students. And what I do know is that you don't have to speak Chinese to know that what we're seeing is not Chinese. Please think about this. If anyone is so blinded to believe someone in this movement that actually supports this chicken scratch as being tongues from God, I mean, if they'll believe that, then they'll most likely believe anything. And if you believe them on this matter, then you're kind of in the same boat. I truly believe that it takes a willing ignorance to believe some of the ridiculous things we see today. But Matthew 16:4 tells us of a wicked and adulterous generation that seeks these signs and wonders. And there's nothing wrong with signs and wonders and being used by God in miraculous ways for His glory. But when a feeling or experience is the main focus, then it's all about yourself, not God. We're also warned of this in 2 Timothy 3:2, and that a time would come where people would be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, arrogant, abusive, and disobedient to their parents. My friends, we are there. We are actually living in the times of Bible prophecy as we speak. Please, always check what any preacher is saying to see if it's supported by Scripture. And definitely don't follow people that want you to believe that what we saw was actually Chinese tongues from God. We're going to leave it here for today, but feel free to leave your comments below. And until next time, take care and God bless.